This is a view of our makeshift greenhouse. It's actually too small with regards to the height, but we used to have it on a balcony first when I created it, and it wasn't allowed to go any higher. Otherwise, you would have been able to see it from the outside, and we already got trouble with the neighbors for for all the things we did. In the second attempt, because on our first attempt I had like a small lower level greenhouse here, and of course everything got munched by slaters and by slugs. We hardly got anything out of that, so that was it's bad if you've got your first growing season and you can't get seedlings started to get things growing. So it was a tough start, and probably got worse from there. The second attempt was to put things here in the greenhouse, but also most things had been on the ground level, which was also a disaster. A little bit less terrible than the other one, but still bad. Now the third attempt was to create these kind of elevations here, which worked a lot better. I cleared the ground and covered it in ash, which apparently the slaters don't like. Around the bases, I tried to add gravel, as well as ash, because supposedly the slugs don't like that. And it actually worked quite well for a while, until I started neglecting it, which means there were weeds growing in the corners, which would actually then allow bugs to get up on the top level, so plants would start to get munched again. I just threw out everything that there still was, and there was a lot. All these pots were full of unsuccessful seedlings, as well as most of these. We tried to still get a lot going. A lot of things also that were off season, to be fair, but with the lack of experience and greenhouse and one size fits all type soil, we just tried whatever we could. And we've got lots of aubergines and watermelons and cantaloupes, but not many other things that we wanted. Now we're moving forward with some other stuff. I've got the wish list here of things that my wife would like to have. You could already see straight away, peppers or chilies is probably not something that you would start now, but I'll have a look, I'll check it all out, and then we'll see what we can actually get going. And this third design, and this one is a bad one here. This is my shoulder height, so you can imagine the amount of wounds I got from running into this and running into this. I usually, at times I was actually wearing a Litchfield Construction helmet, and I can still feel like the past wounds on my head. I don't have the material currently to create a new one or to raise it. I'm hoping for next season I'll be able to do that, so that it's got something of my height, and I'm tall. I'm 6'5", almost 1m96, so I need a proper height for this to work properly. It works in the chicken coop, no problem. I made that high enough, and this section, which maybe is just above how tall I am, I don't really go, right? But in the greenhouse I always go in and out. I carry things, I bow down, I get a raise, and bam, that it happens. And even if it only happens once every 2 to 4 weeks, I technically still always have a wound then, so it sucks. But we have what we have. It's the apocalypse, remember. We have to work with what's available, so that's what we do. We always have to work with what's available and do our best with those resources.